for TV, yeah, you heard. But man of the year 2 times in a third. Chatting with the sheriff, yeah, you gon' learn. Sheriff podcast where respect is earned. Wanna be a guest, gotta wait your turn. Oh yeah, come and kick it with the kick it with the sheriff when the stars emerge. Control the game with my fist, now it's stripes. Spitting chicklets, had to kick it, I went viral for life. Pack a lunch when I come, 4th all-time fights. Yeah, 523, that's paying the price. Holy sheriff round here with my name shining bright. Lights, camera, action, Danny G make it right. Walking to the room, chatting with the sheriff advice. 2-time record holder, so you better think twice. Sheriff badge, spun the bucket on ice. Sheriff badge on the jersey, meet me at Center Ice. Oh yeah, meet me at Center Ice. Yeah, you'll go to sleep for the night. Sleep. Whoa, doing it like I'm doing it for TV. Oh yeah. Ladies and gents, boys and girls all over the world. Do it like I'm doing it for TV, yeah, you heard. But man of the year 2 times in a third. Chatting with the sheriff, yeah, you gon' learn. Sheriff podcast where respect is earned. Wanna be a guest, gotta wait your turn. Oh yeah, come and kick it with the kick it with the sheriff when the stars emerge.
Welcome everybody to an exclusive edition of The Sheriff. Boy oh boy, would Don Cherry ever be proud, and do I ever have a treat for you. Now ladies and gentlemen, we hear the term late bloomer. We also hear the term it's better late than never. Well ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be telling a story of an incredible hockey player who's joined the OHL as a 19-year-old rookie and has made his mark this season and has earned the reputation of the most dangerous body checker in the Ontario Hockey League. Woo! And I'm going to introduce him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, I would like to introduce to you my guest tonight. He hails from Vaughan, Ontario. At 6'1", 205 pounds, he is a heavyweight. He was the heart and soul of the Stouffville Spirit. He signed as a free agent with the Sudbury Wolves in September of 2024. He has earned the title of the hardest body checker in the Ontario Hockey League. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my new friend, Mr. Tayjon Street. How you doing, my brother?
Doing great. Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Yes, buddy. And I'm happy I'm happy that you're here too, man. And one reason is I was talking before the recording, like I was making a couple videos today, and I was trying to explain to the listeners and viewers that we make quite a good connection before the recording even happens, because there's a couple different levels to it. Like there's us introducing us to each other, like, hey man, I've been following all year, nice to meet you, I'm a big fan. As I said, it moves on to, hey man, would you be interested in maybe coming and doing my show? And us earning that trust of each other, of being able to do something together.
Right.
And then there's throwing out the dates, agreeing on a date, and then actually making it a reality. And ladies and gentlemen, the cool thing about today is that for the first time in the Sheriff Podcast history, I actually was part of the logistics of my guests, which I'm very happy to do. Téjan and his lovely mother, they met me at Union Station, and we did a little umbrella walk to the car, and my lovely mother Sheila was picking us up in the car, and now here we are, man. So thank you, buddy.
Months in the working.
It was a great entrance. So my style, Téjan, is I really like to go to the beginnings, brother. Like I really like to try to figure out how these big characters came about. And you're a really big character, man. So I'm excited, buddy. So we're gonna go right to Vaughan. So now, were you actually born in Vaughan?
No, I was born in Toronto.
Okay, so you're born in Toronto, raised in Vaughan.
Yeah.
Okay, so born in Toronto, but raised in Vaughan. Right on, man. So how long in Toronto before Vaughan?
Maybe 2 years, 3 years max.
Okay, cool.
Just a little guy in Toronto.
Right on. So Vaughan, I want to hear a little bit about the fam, bro, because I know they must have had a really big part in creating this big character beside me. So let's hear about Mom. Let's hear about the wonderful lady that we came here with. How was it growing up with your mom?
You know what? Obviously, she's the woman that pushed me through everything. She's been by my side since day one. I love her with all my heart, obviously. And
yeah! Woo! We clap for each other around here. That's
Yeah.
amazing, buddy.
All right, so basically, like, without her, I wouldn't be here, man. Like, she's pushed me through every hard moment I've had growing up, through the last year, too. You know, you go through the ups and downs playing hockey, right? She's always, even though we're distance, I'm out in Sudbury, she's here in Vaughan. Like, she was always calling me, making sure everything was good, you know. Through the ups and downs, she's always been here by my side.
That's amazing, buddy. And you know what? Like, I really appreciate you sharing that. And it actually gave me some goosebumps, man. So I appreciate that. I haven't asked you this yet, Téjan, but any siblings, buddy?
Yeah, I got 2 brothers and a sister.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
So the same combination as Le Sheriff. Let's hear about it, buddy. What do you rank in the ages of the 4?
I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
Yeah, I am the baby. By a good amount, too, actually. My middle brother is 9 years older than me, so I'm the baby by about 9 years, yeah.
Okay, so, man, this explains so much. I can't wait to get into this now. So, who's the oldest?
My sister's the oldest.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you got a brother that's, so your sister's 9 years older than you?
No,
Or your
my
oldest?
sister is 14 years older than me.
Okay, and then your oldest brother's 9 years?
Yeah.
And then what about the middle brother?
12 years?
12 years.
Yeah.
So 12 and 9.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wow. So, and they were like with you when you were growing up?
Yeah.
So-
pretty much the whole
Okay, so 9 and 12 years old, man. I'm 5 years older than my youngest brother Liam, and you know it was very easy for me to like, as a kid, to like beat him up, set him straight. You know,
Yeah.
I take a lot of credit for Liam McMorrow being as strong and tough as he is because of the way we were brought up as kids.
Right.
The way I brought him up as a kid. It must have been really extreme for you, buddy. Like 9 and 12 years old, so they really toughened you up at a young age, huh?
Yeah, you know, like, they've also pushed me through everything. Growing up with them has obviously been great. You know what, they weren't too physical on me, though, I can't lie. I kind of got that one by myself. They weren't too physical on me. Them two together, being closer in age,
Yeah.
got a little bit.
So you saw a lot of
Yeah,
physicality.
yeah.
I'm sure the 3 years apart, that's what me and Patrick McMorrow are apart.
Yeah.
That age seems to be like, you know, the 3 years is when you're younger. It's enough for the big brother really to get his lickings in, but then once that age gets a little bit higher,
Yeah.
and it gets to 12 and 15 and 15 and 18, it's kind of like, hey man,
I'm
I'm,
right
I'm,
here
I'm,
now.
I'm a little bit bigger now, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what's
exactly,
up?
exactly.
So you must have seen that. You also must have seen bravery. You also must have seen confidence. Swag, buddy. That's what you probably picked up the most from them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got my swag from my brother,
like
for sure.
with me being the oldest brother, you know, single mom family till I was 13, I didn't really have that older brother to like kind of see that confidence, to kind of like, you know, like be super confident. But you, my friend, you saw that. So, you know, big shout out. Well, what's their names, brother?
Tajay and Anthony.
Can you say it again?
Tajay and Anthony.
Big shout out to you two, man. You guys were a big part of creating an incredible big character alongside Mama.
Yep.
Right?
There.
So, man, that's super cool. So, I wanted to get into kind of like the school era, elementary school, getting into high school. Let's talk about this time. I find it's a very important time, especially like in the development age for hockey players that are competitive. Now, what like how good were you early on? Like were you a AAA guy right away? Did you do AA the whole time? Were you single A?
So I played AA until I was 15.
Okay.
So I played AA basically all the way up. You know, hockey's expensive.
Yes,
Like,
very
we
expensive.
just couldn't afford it. So, I mean, AA, like it's AA, but it was good hockey. I would say I did dominate that loop, but that's just usually how it goes. I made it pretty far, so
Nice.
obviously if I was playing AA, I was probably doing my thing. But yeah, I was playing AA until 15, and actually I used to play basketball as well. I
Nice.
used to play rep basketball, but
Nice.
what was it, grade 11, I decided to hang up the shoes, hang up the ball, focus
Yep.
on hockey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were really good then if you played till grade 11, brother.
Yeah. Basketball, like, honestly, when I was out on the street playing, you know how kids are always on the street playing, whatever else, I was always playing basketball. It wasn't much hockey, I was always playing basketball.
Right on.
So I was always great at basketball, still am. But yeah, I just decided to choose hockey.
What
That's where my love's
position,
at.
bro? What position?
I was a power forward.
Power forward, man.
Yeah.
And you're a good size, or you're solid though, so you must have been just boxing those
Yeah.
guys out and
Well, I
getting
don't know.
those
Basketball
rebounds.
players, they're a little taller. I
No,
was
I know,
always
I know.
like like a little undersized for basketball.
Of course, for
But
a power forward.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you were a
played
point guard,
would
if
have
you
been
were
different.
yeah, if you when you played guard, you were more of
Yeah.
the proper height
Yeah,
to
exactly.
go collegiate and stuff. That's cool, man. So this kind of gets in to the next one of the next topics I kind of wanted to talk about, because it was a big deal kind of in my journey, and I always like to ask my guests if they experience similar situations. The question I want to ask you, Téjan, is, you say that you played basketball till grade 11 and you were so competitive that you had to decide, you had to hang them up. Prior to grade 11, would you say that your friends supported you playing hockey?
Yeah. I chose, when I was going to high school, I had the choice between going to the high school where all my elementary school friends went, or the high school where all my hockey friends went. And I decided to go to where all my hockey friends went.
Okay, right on. So, and you know what? You made the right decision, bro, because you're going to be, there's so many opportunities going forward for you, bro. And obviously this year was a huge stepping stone. You sacrificed your body. There was blood, sweat, and tears. I could go on forever for you to be able to earn the reputation that you have now as a regular major junior player that is known for his physical play, his good being a team guy, his good team guyness, and his energy, right? So congratulations to you, buddy. When you decided to go to that school though, did you have buddies that you had grown up with that obviously weren't hockey guys? Like who were your basketball friends? You must have had a crew, you guys were the starting lineup, you know what I mean? So was it grade 9 and 10, one school, and then 11 going forward was it a different school?
No, so I went to the same high school from grade 9 to 12.
Okay.
It was actually funny. A couple of my basketball teammates actually went to that same high school that my
right on.
hockey teammates
So you
went
got
to.
the best of
so
both
yeah,
worlds.
I had best of both worlds. All my buddies were at that school, and it worked out.
That's amazing, buddy. I appreciate that. I also wanted to get into Téjan because, obviously you being an OHL player, you have a big fan base. You have a lot of people that follow you, a lot of children that look up to you, a lot of people in the Sudbury Minor Hockey Association that are playing minor hockey there. They look up to big numbers. Number 73, right?
Yep.
Number 73, as we got right here, Tayjon Street. So. Now this, okay, because 73 just came up, we got to talk about this now, right? So I'm going to come back to my little story where I was blabbering on about. Let's talk about this cool stuff right here, buddy.
So actually, I did not choose 73. When I came to Sudbury, they had my jersey hung up, and it was 73.
You're a 19-year-old rookie.
Yeah.
You're going to get the number you're given. I'm
Yeah.
just joking, buddy. You
I'm not
earned
gonna
it. You earned it all.
Exactly.
But I understand what you're saying. Every level where I was a rookie, the number was given.
Yeah.
I've had numbers like 36. All different numbers, right?
Yeah.
73, you created as a cool number.
Yeah. You know what's actually cool about it? I used to be 17 growing up, right? Because of Wendell Clark.
Like the Instagram handle.
Yeah, exactly. And then last year on Stoville, I was 13. So it's like a little mix between the two.
It is, buddy.
Just out of nowhere like that.
It is. So
Yeah.
are these all your teammates on Sudbury?
Yeah. So after the season was over, we had a really tight group in Sudbury. So basically, all of us, after, we unfortunately got swept in the first round.
But you guys made the playoffs, which
Yeah.
was an experience.
Exactly. We all signed each other's jerseys. We still keep in touch. We had a great group, and yeah.
That's really cool, man. I always liked the colors on the Sudbury Wolves jersey. I played with guys for a while, guys like Norm Milley, guys like Taylor Pyatt, and they're legends on the Sudbury Wolves. Those two names were probably two of the biggest point scorers in Sudbury history, and I had the opportunity to be with Pyatt. Pyatt was my roommate in Buffalo for a couple of years, and Norm Milley, man, I think I played with him for like 4 years in Rochester. So shout out to those guys, ex-Sudbury Wolves alumni. So what I was getting into, buddy, was I wanted to talk to you because a lot of kids are looking up to you. A lot of parents want to be able to guide their kids to have the most successful path in hockey, and a lot of that is balancing hockey and school, friends and hockey, girls in hockey, time management. We hear about it a lot. You always see it when OHL teams are pitching their school packages and stuff like that. And what was the, like, you know, you could call it a secret, you could call it, you know, a strategy, but how did you kind of keep your focus, buddy? Because you obviously went in the right direction and you're still going. How did you focus balancing the things that would most disrupt like a good hockey career? Like girls, like maybe friends that were bad influences, you know, maybe like not just focusing 100% on hockey, but actually getting the schooling in too, so you're not known as, oh, he's not good at school. Right. Like, how did you balance all that, bro?
Basically, I just knew what I wanted. Put my head towards it. Obviously, there's things that are gonna get in the way, distractions, friends, girls, like you said, but you can't just let it overwhelm you. You gotta know what you want. And if you really want it enough, you're gonna push away those distractions and kind of just go for what you're trying to get for in life.
Yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate you sharing that. And like, you know, you see me smirking. Like my youngest brother, Liam McMorrow. I mean, the guy's like 7'2", 305 pounds. You know, child star, perfect teeth.
He's actually 7'2"?
He's actually 7'2", bro.
Oh, man. Oh,
yeah, it's Liam McMorrow, real 7-footer.
Wow.
You know, perfect teeth, child star, you know, great smile. I could go on forever. I could talk about my siblings forever. My point is that it's very hard for him to like go places, you know, visit things and not be harassed by girls, by guys, by people just wanting to take his picture. You have that look too, buddy. We're looking at the TV right now, buddy. You're telling me you don't look like a Hollywood superstar, man. You got that look too. So it's like I give you credit, my brother. I give you credit for making the right decisions, because there's always the thing on each shoulder, right? Like, Téjan, come out with us today. Come on, baby. Yeah. And then Téjan, you know, you gotta get some good night's sleep for training camp next week, buddy. Yeah. And you know, you're choosing the right one, buddy. And I give you credit for that, because you're doing a great job, and you have such a good reputation, buddy.
Appreciate that.
It's good to hear it from another source, you know, like I'm sure you know that to a certain point. I'm sure your family's been told, but you have a great reputation. Your family is known to be incredible, and there's not one person that has anything bad to say about you, buddy. But even saying that, I'll say this. I don't care what they say about you, buddy. I like you, okay?
Appreciate that.
I'm just joking, buddy. That's just one of the hockey dressing room things that you know that we do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, bro, let's get into Stouffville.
Okay.
Let's get into Stouffville, man. Let's get into Stouffville. Téjan strolls into Stouffville. No big deal, you know, 21 points, 38 games, you know, over a point every other game. No big deal. Probably the toughest kid on the team. Probably the hardest body checker in the league. How did the year go for you, buddy? That was a pretty cool
fun.
year.
It was pretty fun. Like, just to experience the junior experience, like, it's a step up for minor hockey. Like,
yeah,
you know, people, they don't really come out to just watch minor hockey games. It's usually just parents in the stands. But having that first home opener in Stouffville, when I was seeing it was like 500-600 fans in the stands, I was like, oh my God, like this is serious. This is serious. Obviously, going to the OHL, it's like 500-600 fans would be an empty barn, but for the OJ experience, like, that was like, it was crazy to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I said about Sudbury's group, we had a tight group on Stoville as well, which was great. The boys were really cool there. Coaches were good. The reason I only played 38 games though is I actually ended up getting injured in practice. It was super unlucky. It was kind of just like, we're doing a battle drill, and I came out of the battle, and my teammate kind of just fell on my leg, and I just heard a pop in my foot. Wow. I was like, no, like, that can't be good. So I was out for 6 weeks because of that. But and that 6 weeks was like right before playoffs. That's my favorite part of the season, right before playoffs time. So it was kind of like terrible time to get injured, but I did come back.
Toronto Maple Leafs, are you hearing this? We got a player where his favorite time is playoffs. His favorite time. So maybe, like, you know, entry level, he's of age now. Entry level contract for Tayjon Street, or Toronto Maple Leafs. Maybe a NHL training camp invite, rookie camp, Tayjon Street. I don't know, man. He paid his dues. There's nothing wrong with a big solid player on your team with a good attitude that the whole team loves. Just saying. You know, so, you know, there's going to be a lot of changes in the Toronto Maple Leafs organization. I saw like a couple articles today about, sorry, Brendan Shanahan, but it's your time to go, buddy.
He was gone, yeah.
It's your time to go, bud. So
Yeah, he got his
Shanahan's
chance.
gone. They're
He
going to
got
be.
his chance.
You know what? I've always been a Brendan Shanahan fan. He was probably one of the players that I played the most in EA Sports. That's for sure.
Detroit Red Wings, right?
Detroit Red Wings, man. There you go. Raymond LaRose knows. It's Brendan Shanahan on the Detroit Red Wings. I think he wore number 14.
Yeah, I think so.
So number 14, and the thing with Shanny is he would have like it was only like it was a slap shot, but it was like a snapshot in the game. So just and it was an automatic goal, man. You know what I mean? So thank you, Shanny, for letting me beat all my friends at the late nights eating popcorn and chocolate. You know, those late nights playing hockey games and stuff, but
Those are the best nights. Eh?
Those were the
Late
best-
night Chell nights. Oh, my
those
God.
are the best nights, man. Those are the
Nothing's
best
better
nights.
than that.
So you got hurt, and you said it was right before playoffs.
Yeah, I got hurt, I think, right at the start of January, and I came back mid-February, so I had 5-6 games before the playoffs to kind of like get back into season form.
Okay.
And during playoffs, I say I did my thing. Like I said, I'm a playoff performer. I like to play in the playoffs. That's my, that's where it gets physical. That's my hockey right there. So,
And it all starts from the ground up, right? So, like, let's just say the Toronto Maple Leafs were to send Tayjon Street an NHL invite because they need to like get like big characters in their camp. So they give you an invite. You go to the Marlies and you distill this attitude of playoffs straight from the Marlies. So all the baby Leafs, along with Téjan, can graduate to Toronto, play in the playoffs, and win. Unlike
That's
what we've had the last 20 years. So that's
Sick of the upsets.
We're manifesting it, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Future Toronto Maple Leaf, right here. You heard it first on the Sheriff podcast.
Come on.
We got to manifest it, man. So I want to get to a Sudbury Star article where it was like a big interview that you did, and you talked about your experiences with the Sarnia Sting and the London Knights before you had signed with Sudbury. So I just want you to tell the viewers and listeners what that process was. Like, were you at a rookie camp for Sarnia, and then you went to London's training camp, and then you played preseason in Sudbury? Like how did all that work?
So the year before I went to Stouffville.
The year before, okay.
Yeah, so I was coming off that year playing AAA with the Vaughan Kings. Sarnia invites me to their main camp. I have a good start to their main camp, and I lay a big hit, like really big hit, but unfortunately it wasn't worth it. The hit, I messed up my AC joint. So it was right before that final game, how they do like the All-Star game.
Oh, yeah.
So it was right before then. They asked like, do you think you can play? I was like, I don't know. Like I wasn't even able to really lift up my arm, so I was like, I can't do it. So unfortunately that camp ended early. They did invite me back just to practice about 2 weeks later, but my shoulder still wasn't ready. So they were just kind of like, give us some time. That really didn't end up going anywhere. And then I played that season with Stoville.
That a great year?
Yeah, I had a great year. London invites me to their main camp. So I have a great camp in London. Didn't get injured this time, finally made it through the camp. I had 2 goals in that camp, 2 fights, a lot of noise. Everyone in the camp knew who I was. They actually gave me a nickname. They called me Big Red because I had the Stoville equipment. So the red helmet, the red
all
pants.
the red stuff
Yeah,
going.
so they were calling me Big Red. So that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, they just said, like, London's a great team, right? I was
Probably the hardest team to make.
Yeah.
The hardest team to make in Major Junior by far.
Yeah, but like I said, I made enough noise for Sudbury to invite me out to preseason, and I played preseason, did my thing in there. I scored in preseason, had another fight, doing my thing, and Sudbury took a chance on me.
Do you remember who you fought in preseason?
I don't remember his first name. I think it might have been
remember the
Stan,
team?
but it was bonus on the Sioux.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
In Sault Ste. Marie?
No, in Sudbury actually.
In Sudbury.
Yeah, yeah.
And
After
that-
the fight, I went to the dressing room, and the media guy goes, "I've never heard a preseason game get that loud."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you really fired up the crowd
Yeah.
right from the get-go. The GM's probably sitting there. That's the guy that was in the picture, in the
Yeah,
poster. GM's probably up in the box, and he's probably like, man, the fans really like this guy. Now, Téjan, forgive my ignorance, but buddy, you played defense, did you not? Or were
No.
you a forward all year?
I was a forward.
But but did you take shifts on defense?
No.
So you're telling me that, sorry, excuse me, coffee. You're telling me that when the puck got dumped in your zone, I've seen videos of them on the forecheck and you being the first guy back, buddy, and boom, just knocking the guy right off his skates, buddy, right off the ice. So you got back there before the defenseman. I'm thinking this guy is a big bad defenseman, just going and saying, "This is my defensive zone, buddy." Boom. Meanwhile, you're the winger.
Winger, yeah.
First guy back.
Checking, yeah.
Holy man.
I like to try and have a full 200-foot game.
The first guy back before the D. Man, that's impressive. Yeah. So you played forward. I want to know, because, I keep bringing up my poster, because, I made the poster.
Yeah.
Cool and I'm an undercover artist with posters. On the poster, I was able to, we had the same agent, Mike Welcome, so big shout out to Mike Welcome. I know you're watching this, Mike. This is the best hockey show in the world, man. So Mike Welcome from Buffalo, New York, represents like a lot of players. One of them's Eric Bolton, big Eric Bolton. And I believe Bolts, like my mom could probably help, but like Bolts and Mike Welcome came to watch me play when I was playing for the Oshawa Generals. And I was thinking, did Bolts play for Oshawa or was it London? I think it might have been Oshawa that he played for, but his son is in London now.
Yeah.
And what's his first name? He's got like a crazy Sawyer or something?
So Sawyer played there last year. I believe he's in the AHL
this is
year.
Another Bolton?
Yeah, there's two of them. There's Ryder and Sawyer. Sorry.
Ryder?
Yeah, so I fought Ryder, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, man.
Yeah, they're both tough as nails.
Ryder.
Yeah.
Bolts. Those are some really cool names, man, that you named your son. Sawyer and Ryder.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Ryder, tell me about the Ryder Bolton fight. Like, tell me what part of you mentioned it already, so it was in January.
Yeah.
Okay, so was this at, what was it called, Josh? The Good Life, whatever they're calling it now? That incredible arena in London. What was it?
It used to be Budweiser.
Yeah,
Canada Life or something.
Canada Life Place.
Canada Life?
Yeah.
Canada Life Place. Was it there or was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Canada Life Place, was it a Friday night?
No, it was a Saturday because we were on a road trip. We played Sarnia on the Friday and then we played London on the Saturday.
Wow. So Saturday night, I already forgot the name, at the London Arena. And so what happened in warm-up, man? Like, what was going on in warm-up?
Warm-ups, first off, their rink is huge, like so nice. Packed barn, just for warm-ups. It's already packed in warm-ups.
Yeah.
It's like a little advertisement.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm skating around and I could just see Ryder. He's just staring at me. He's not just staring at me, he's staring at everyone. We're just staring at everyone. I'm like, okay, I know what he wants this game. I know what he wants. So game goes on. We had like a decent start, but not a great start. But then they just started coming, and we were down, I think, 4-1. And I was like, okay. I got out there and I was like, okay, something needs to happen. I need to turn my team up. Like, so I see it's Ryder. He's lined up center ice. We're lined up center ice. So
this is after a goal, or is this the start the third?
They just scored.
So they scored 4-1 London.
4-1.
So you guys are put out first. So Street and his two line mates are out there. London Knights counter with Ryder Bolton.
He's lined up. He's ready. I'm skating. I'm looking at him. He goes, "We doing this?" I was like, "Yes, we are. Yes, we are." So he goes, "Okay, let's not get the stage fight." So he's like, "Let the puck drop and then we'll go for a bit, or let the play go on for a bit, then we'll go."
Yeah.
Puck drops. We didn't even wait. We went right away. And honestly, I thought it was just gonna be a slugfest because, like I said, he's tough as nails. I'm a tough kid as well. I thought we were just gonna slug at it, but unfortunately, he wanted to wrestle. He grabbed me and just threw me down.
So he was afraid to lose at home. That's what that was.
That's
right. I hear you, man.
That's what I heard.
I hear you. If I was matched up against this specimen, I might do the same thing. The strategy was, do not lose. Do not lose. So how do you not lose? You try to outmuscle the guy. You try to wrestle him down. You try to throw him down, so that the crowd sees that you got the takedown. Yeah. Everybody's happy. You didn't lose. You're up 4-1. Everybody's happy.
Exactly.
So that's what happened, but you answered the bell
Yeah. I would.
on the road.
I was actually telling my mom that I was like, I think I'd fight anyone in the league, but Ryder, like, I don't know. But then in the moment, I was like, I don't care who he is.
So is
I don't care
Ryder,
who he
is he known as the toughest guy in the O?
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
He
for
has
sure.
that title?
Yeah. But I was trying to take that title from him. I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Can't be scared. Go in.
That's
Go
it, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
go into
it. And yeah. We like that. We like it. We like that attitude.
I just wish it was a better fight because I think if we win and he didn't tackle me, I think that would have been fight of the year.
Yeah. So like just sticking with the whole fighting aspect of it. I mean, obviously, the game's changed a little bit as has society. Everything's a little bit different now, and the new age tough guy is a player like Tayjon Street that is an energy player that gets in on the forecheck, makes the big hit, creates space for his line mates, creates space, not only with his physical play, but at the face-off, if I'm looking up and I'm against Tayjon Street's line, and I'm thinking, man, I gotta get some hits in, but Jesus, is that guy ever big and strong looking? What am I gonna do? If I hit one of those guys, this guy's gonna come flying in. You know what? I think I might just go through the motions a little bit and just pretend like I'm hitting him, not make any damage so Mr. Street doesn't come after me. You have that kind of effect too, brother. And the other kind of effect that you have is when I read some articles and I was trying to learn more about you before the show, I read a couple articles that were saying that, it's not only about your energy on the ice, but it's about your energy and character in the dressing room, bro. Like, in the dressing room, man. And, like, I've even seen, like, buddy, I became a Tayjon Street fan as soon as I seen this highlight video of just boom, boom, boom. You're just hitting everything in sight. I don't even, there was some crazy hip-hop song in the background. And I seen this video, and I'm like, you know what, man? I'm following this kid. And when he's done the season, he's got to come on my show because I need this man on my show. And, I don't even remember what I was just getting at now. But the point is, buddy, is that you definitely, okay, we're talking about creating space for our teammates. So, and then I got into the dressing room. So I saw a video of when LiAngelo Ball,
Yeah.
the same,
Forever.
but it was good though. It was good because it was during the viral week of LiAngelo Ball's song. Mm-hmm. It was going viral. You did this video. It's also the same song that we have for our intro for the Sheriff podcast.
Oh, really?
We use that beat. So when you watch this episode, the first 2 minutes, like how Josh said, the intro's going to go for 2 minutes. You guys are going to start. The first 2 minutes is going to be to LiAngelo Ball's beat for my song for the Sheriff podcast.
Okay.
Now, the real song, when it was going viral this past winter, Tayjon Street Tayjon Street. Here, you get a free shot. You got just a light one, man. You got to do one shot. You got to do one shot, man. Come on, one shot.
Give you a light one.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I'm okay. That's awesome. Now I can tell all my friends that I got punched out by Tayjon Street. Yeah. Just one sec.
Take a breather.
Where was I? So viral week, man. LiAngelo Ball song, and you tell us, man. You tell us the story, man.
Okay, so
tell the story.
We're playing sewer. You know what sewer is? We're playing like a little soccer game before.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like just to warm up, and our media guy comes up to me. He's like, "Streeter, I have a task for you." I'm like, okay. He's like, okay, so if we win tonight, we're playing the Sioux that night. So if we win tonight, after the game, I want you to say, "Oh, play that new Jello." I was like, okay, I can do that, whatever. I did not expect it to go viral. Literally after that, I think almost every game, someone came up to me as a chirp. It's the worst chirp ever. As a trip, they'd be
But
like,
players?
yeah, players. They'd be like, hey, play the new Jello. I was like,
Oh, they're just haters, bro.
that's the worst
They're
chirp you can be
just
possibly
haters. That's
saying.
like with the little buddy. I'll play the new knuckle sandwich if you don't keep skating. And you're pretty close to that red line, buddy. You better be careful.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, no, I mean, those are just haters. They obviously wouldn't have brought it up if they didn't see it.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have saw it if it didn't go viral.
Exactly.
And you know what, man? That's really cool stuff. And that was a part of like your rookie journey. That was part of like the marketing, like the media side of it, bro. So that's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Sudbury Star article was pretty much like just explaining like how much your teammates really enjoy you, how they really want you around. They play better when you're in the lineup. That's another kind of I was gonna say side effect, but that's another asset that you bring to the team.
Right.
Is the team's more confident when you're on the bench. And like,
Yeah.
you know, there was times in my career where, you know, like I'd be hurt, bro. I'd be hurt, like my knee or something was wrong where I literally couldn't take a shift because of my injury.
Right.
But my coaches are just like, dude, like we need you to dress and like we need you to just sit on the bench. The other team doesn't know how hurt you are. So if there's a threat of you coming on the next shift, that controls that controls the game in a way. So I mean, what I read in the article, buddy, is that you're like the blueprint to what I just said. When Téjan is there, everybody's more confident. Everybody plays a little bit bigger and stronger and tougher.
Yeah,
And
I'd agree.
that is the effect that the Florida Panthers have, that the Toronto Maple Leafs have missed out on. I mean, you sign a guy like Ryan Reeves, you know what I mean? You call him up for the playoffs. You get your star goalie ran over in game 1, and you don't respond with putting a guy in the lineup that you signed to over $3 million over 3 years. Like, it makes no sense, guys. It makes no sense. We have these players for a reason. We signed them in the summer when we're trying to stack our teams. So if an AHL team wants to have a strong character, reliable, you know, good defensively, strong, team-minded, very energetic young man on your team, then you would sign a guy like Tayjon Street. You know what I mean? So Toronto really messed up, man. They really messed up by not putting Reeves into the Game 2 lineup, man. I couldn't believe it. And there was all these, sorry, I'm just going off topic here, buddy.
No worries.
There was all these little sports shows that were talking about it. And, you know, you'll hear guys that are on Leafs Nation, you know, what's this that we're hearing about Ryan Reeves maybe playing in Game 2? What do you think about that? And they're just like, oh, no, that's, you know, he's rusty, he's out of shape, he's, you know, they're not going to do that. Well, guys, you know what? If you guys were hockey guys, you would know that when you're on the 5th line on a pro hockey team, you're in the best shape of your life. When practice ends, and you know from Major Junior, what happens when, what do they call those? Okay, what did they call the guys in playoffs that didn't play in the game? It was some kind of club. Black Aces, man.
Yeah, Black Aces.
Black Aces. Leafs Nation broadcasters that get paid lots of money to do half-ass shows that are half as good as this one. When you're on a pro hockey team and you're on the Black Aces, you get bag skated every single day, guys. You know that when practice is done, you even have to kind of you have to kind of hold off a little bit in the last couple shifts because you know that you're going to be bag skate when practice is done. So if you're going to pull a veteran move, you're going to go about 75%, maybe in the last 2 or 3 drills, so that when those Black Aces, when they line up on, we're going to start with 5 laps. Okay, 5 laps, Black Aces, and then you're just going to go, and because you were smart and laid off a little bit, you're going to be in the head of that line. Yeah. You're going to be in the best shape of your life. But then wait a second. When practice is over, oh no, it's not over for the Black Aces. You're going straight to the bikes. Yep. You're doing sprints on the bikes. Mm-hmm. You're doing what is it? Hills, mountain climbs, or whatever they call it. Whatever you can imagine, the Bellator workouts, whatever you can think of, those Black Aces are doing. Ryan Reeves was on that Black Aces. He was probably his lowest body fat percentage, probably the fastest he could probably go from blue line to blue line. If the Toronto Maple Leafs had put Ryan Reeves in game 2, I guarantee you, we would have won game 7, we'd be in the conference finals, and we'd be spanking Carolina's butt just like this. And I'm telling you, and I hope, you know what, I hope all the Leafs Nation can hear this, because guys, we need to hold guys accountable. Craig Berube, man, you're an incredible addition to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Incredible coach. You did the job for a while. Man, come on, bro. Come on. You can't make that mistake again. If you guys keep Revo for his 3rd year, you got to put him in those situations, man. You got to let him earn his paycheck. Revo could have done the job, and he would have been a great addition to Toronto's lineup, and I hope we don't make that same mistake again. I had to get it off my chest, ladies and gentlemen. Revo's been one of my best guests I've ever had on the show. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, for the full version of the Sheriff Podcast, check out the episode, www.patreon.com/the Sheriff Podcast. Patreon is a platform that we have just joined, ladies and gentlemen, where you get early access and incredible viewing to incredible content that we created just for you. So I just got to get that out there as well. We're gonna end it here because it's been a perfect show, and I don't want to get too greedy. So I wanted to thank you for coming on, brother. It's such a treat, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
You have such
really
an
appreciate it.
incredible long life ahead of you, buddy.
Thank
Your
you.
mom's incredible.
She
You
is.
guys have a great reputation, and the sky's only the limit. The guy taking over for Shanahan, you gotta consider an entry-level contract right here. You gotta consider it this summer. Sign the kid. But I want to thank the listeners and viewers for tuning in to another episode of The Sheriff. We'll see you next time, guys. Woo! Ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, where the London Knights are up 2-1 against my other former team, the Oshawa Generals.
Okay, I'm just following you.
Great job, brother. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job, guys. Great job.